Brian Sullivan is on the road for us this morning with Morrison-Dixon as the pharma distributor delivers batches of Pfizer's vaccine to hospitals in Louisiana. There he is. Take it away, Mr. Sullivan.
Yeah, thanks, David. This is what we talked about yesterday, what we showed you. This is actually happening. The vaccines have just arrived here. We do not want to get in the way, obviously. The team at Morrison-Dixon has 3 minutes, guys, to take. This is the real vaccine, the real deal. They're taking them from the freezers that just arrived off the truck from Pfizer and UPS. They've got 3 minutes to sort them into smaller batches off those 975-dose pallets into those small foam containers. This is human beings working with negative 80-degree vials. They're sorting to make sure that those rural hospitals, 200 across the state, get the exact amount they need, not too much, because you don't want to waste it if they don't have enough people to take it. These guys have been practicing for this. It's hard to believe, guys. We talk about all the science, the billions of dollars that have gone into this. And at the end of the day, getting this life-saving vaccine out to so many people across the rural parts of Louisiana is coming down to these folks here at Morrison-Dixon doing what they plan to do, taking tiny 2-milliliter vials with gloves on, negative 80 degrees, sorting them as fast as they can. Don't drop any. Make sure they're all very safe. And put into those temperature-controlled coolers, which as soon as that is done, guys, they're going to be loaded onto trucks. They're going to be driven around the state. And we're going to follow one of the trucks. Later on, we're going to be in Lake Charles, Louisiana, which got devastated by storms. They've been dealing with COVID and hurricanes. And we're going to watch these vaccines arrive and actually start to be administered to EMT and medical personnel later on today. So this is the moment that we showed you yesterday, this delicate dance, as we called it, of time and temperature. Carl and David, it's kind of amazing. You think about all the technology and all the science and all the money. Nice work, guys. Nice work. They pulled it off. Now the trucks roll out, and we're going to be with them. We'll see you later on today on CNBC.
Brian, that's, again, I know you showed it yesterday. It's amazing to watch. It's just a great live shot. How much practice did these guys do beforehand, just in terms of knowing exactly what they were doing, given the time constraints?
Well, they did a lot of practice. I mean, these vials, David. We had some yesterday that were fake, obviously, but I mean, they're tiny, and there's actually 5 doses in every 2-milliliter vial. So you think about handling those not only with your hands but with gloves on, because it's negative 80 degrees Celsius. So it's hard. You can't really feel it with the gloves on. They've practiced over and over and over again. And now, of course, you've got the packs, not of dry ice, but of frozen ice blocks. They're in those coolers, which are monitors, as we said, every 10 seconds. That temperature is taken. This stuff is stable, guys, for about 5 hours at room temperature. After that, it is not. So temperature is incredibly key. Timing is actually key. Once it arrives, it's got about 30 minutes to thaw before you can begin the inoculations as well. I just think it's amazing to watch when you talk about all the science and all the money and everything. We come down to a warehouse in Shreveport, and these guys here are the ones that are going to break it up into pallets and to batches for these rural hospitals that don't need 975 doses. Because if you don't have enough people, honestly, some of that, hard to believe, could go to waste. So great work by the Morrison-Dixon team here. Now the trucks begin. They got trucks going to 200 hospitals across the state. We're going to follow, like I said, one of them down to Lake Charles. Can you imagine, guys, Lake Charles wiped out by Hurricanes Laura and Marco, and they've been dealing with hurricanes, no power, and the facility we're going to is apparently a tent because the roof got ripped off the actual hospital. They're dealing with COVID, hurricanes, lack of power. But we're going to be there later on today when the vaccines arrive, and they're going to start to inoculate.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.